Right, Russ.
Hello, all you hardcores. Joined by Gareth from Liverpool. How you doing, Gareth?
I'm Sam, thanks. Oh yeah, when I saw your message then, like I knew it had been the spam because I've heard before it always goes on the spam, doesn't it? And if no one can find it, so obviously clued up me. And I thought it said Russell Harty. Remember him?
Yeah, he's brown bread, isn't he?
He is, yeah, yeah. Well, there we go.
How are you, Gareth? This is your debut. Are you nervous?
Don't get nervous, mate. Not even around women. Not that, you know what I mean. Apart from my mother, of course.
The tech
Nervous
off,
around
you
her.
know.
What's that?
The tech off. Women.
They take half. Well, they can have
Well, they
half
usually go
niche
pot,
then,
don't
can't they?
they?
Because I've got, yeah, well, that's it. I've never been married. Yeah,
Hi, Anthony.
probably
Never going to
frozen.
get married. Right. Before we talk about what you wanted to talk about, what do you think to the mainstream media at the moment?
I can't stand it. I just
Boxing
can't
media,
stand it, mate. I just think it's,
boxing media. I mean,
yeah, yeah, boxing mainstream. I just can't stand it. I know they've all got a job to do, but no one will ever stick their head above the parapet, will they? And apart from like the likes of yourself and whoever, Terry and stuff like that. Nobody says it. Nobody says what they really think. Well, I don't know whether it's all just for their wages or for because they're under a contract, but I wouldn't be signing any contract like that. I'd always want to say what's on my mind, you know, and it's just a load of tosh in it, really. And it's destroying boxing. I mean, not being a boxer myself, never have been. I mean, I'd like to have a little pop at it, but I'd probably be shite.
who would you like to fight out of all the sports world? Who would you like? Who have you got beef with? Who?
Oh, all of them. But I
Well,
think the one who I would out of all of them, probably Jamie Carragher, because
Jamie Carragher.
he does a bit of he does a bit of boxing. Well, he trains, doesn't he? And he's used to be an Evertonian, now he's Liverpool. Whereas not that I take umbrage at that, but it's probably all the stuff he said about Trent. Really, that's the only beef I've got with him, really, because he should know better. I think he's made it worse for Trent. Um, it's the it's Trent Alexander-Arnold's own life. He's won two league titles with Liverpool, Champions League, whatever. You know what I mean? Couple of league cups, whatever, milk cups as we used to call it. But you know, so what's it got to do with anyone else? So that irritates me. And we're similar age, similar size. So that'd be a good one. A white collar with him would be great. Yeah. But I mean, I'd say I just, I mean, I'm like you. I just get annoyed with them. To be honest, I just get annoyed with all the crap that comes out the mouth. And they've got the platform, but it just upsets the average Joe on the street, doesn't it? Because we're taking it as, you know, you've got a good platform there, and they just, I don't know, they don't always use it for the best. You know, they're not always positive, are they? I mean, you don't always have to be positive. And then, you know, he's entitled to his opinion. But what he said has helped fan the flames with all these supporters. I've tried to get through to talk sport only because it really pisses me off. You know, with all these Liverpool fans ringing up and going, "Oh yeah, he owes us this. We should have signed this." You don't know nothing. He doesn't know them nothing. Do you know what I mean? And that's probably all I've got to say about it, really. Do you know what I mean? I'm just an average Joe. Do you know what I mean? So who am I? I'm a nobody. So yeah, if it was anybody, it'd be him. And you know, for charity, but he's not going to accept it. I don't think he's. I mean, he's definitely no bottler. Not like it because he's got some cojones about him. So yeah, let's see. But I very much doubt it. But we shall see. But I would like to do something like that myself. So if not him, someone else.
Okay. Didn't Steve McManaman leave on a free transfer and that he's still a hero, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, that's it. Well, Trent will always. I mean, I am. I mean, I've been to Anfield a lot more than I've been to Goodison Park, even though I'm an Evertonian. Um, and it's only
Not
because
very
my
good,
brother
is
was.
it? That's
No, it's not.
that's
It's
not very good,
terrible, isn't it?
Gareth.
I know it's awful, isn't it? And I'll never get. I tell you what, though, I'll start going soon though because it's going to be the women's stadium, isn't it?
My pal Ian
um,
Snowden will be watching this. He's Everton ambassador. He watches
snobs,
Talking
yeah.
Stone. Snod.
Well, Goodison Park
Snod,
was
what do
the.
you think to that? He's been to Anfield more than
I know.
Goodison.
Goodison Park was the first purpose-built football stadium in the country, wasn't it? And it's now going to be. Well, I think I'm right in saying that. And then it's going to be the first dedicated women's stadium. So yeah,
First
got
what?
a lot. It's going to be the first dedicated women's stadium, Super League, Women's Super WSL.
Are they having a
Not
new
that it's
stadium, Everton?
yeah, but but Goodison is getting kept as the women's purpose built. Well, the women they're taking it over.
Well, how are they going to get 40,000 fans watching women's football?
We'll take loads of seats out because be loads of big fat women there, won't there? Lessons.
Can't say that on here.
No, that's not very PC, is it? There'd be 20,000 dykes watching it, wouldn't there? So
Oh.
anyway, probably shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna another video I'm not gonna get paid for.
You're not wrong with. I don't mind. I don't mind
Right,
best ones at all.
let's get back on track here with boxing. So you're
Yeah,
up to fighting Jamie Carragher. So everybody
yeah. Go on, then.
watching.
Yeah, as
Right,
if he's going to say yeah.
right. Can I get a word in
What's it?
edgeways here? Because it's my channel, innit, kid?
No. Oh, my middle name's James, by the way.
I'm
Go
going
on,
to
mate.
call you Dripping Tap Mark too, because you won't fucking shut up. Right, Gareth.
I know that's another of my traits.
Right,
Yes.
right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to ask all the followers who watch the channel, send this video to Cara at Cara23 on Twitter. I'm assuming that's his Twitter handle. Send it to Jamie Carragher and say, Jamie, this scouser here wants to fight you for charity with all the money
Yeah.
going to a charity that you both choose.
Yeah, well, probably his foundation because he does quite a bit. He does quite a does a lot for
There
the
you
community,
go.
like you know what I mean. He's got a lot. He's got a lot of good qualities, like I'm sure. I don't know him from Adam, like you know what I mean. But he's just one of those people that like annoys me. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
if you could sort it, Gary Neville annoys
Here he is now.
Gary Neville.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. It's
But
nothing
listen, if you can
personal, like
get
you know what I mean.
Carragher and you at it, Gary Neville, me and you on undercard, chief support, because I love the
Yeah,
because do you know why I didn't like him? He sprinted
Neville.
full length at pitch, didn't he, once when Man United scored?
Oh yeah, to antagonise the Scousers.
Yeah, I don't
And
like
you remember? Do you remember Jose Mourinho doing it? And he was like that with the Chelsea badge, and he was going, oh, he looked like Sylvester Stallone with having a stroke or
well
something.
when well listen, this is how I look at it, right? Gary Neville, I look at his skill set on the pitch. And yeah, he may be an art professional and a hard worker and all that, but his skill set were like a Division Two player. You know, who should be playing for Bury, where he's from. You see,
Yeah, but he had,
same as
yeah,
his brother, Mr. Stepover, Phil, ain't got a clue, Neville. They talk a good game in front of the camera because the media train, but they don't know no about football management. Gary Neville's got his badgers, so has Carragher. Carragher didn't even take a job, same as Michael Owen. And Neville lasted 8 games at Valencia and they paid him millions to jog on. So, and how many people has he sacked at Salford City? What they know about football management, you could write on the back of a stamp. There's loads of people that they're
yeah.
not going to get the opportunities they've got because the media trained, aren't they? There's managers out there that
It's the
don't
same.
get a look in.
Yeah,
That's what I
I
think.
would say it's the same with the boxing, with people hanging up, like hanging around and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
I
people
mean,
getting pundit jobs
Ferguson must have
because
seen
the mates
something in
with
the Nevilles.
people.
Do you know what I mean? But as footballers, I mean, they all had a great spirit. Good. What they lacked in talent was heart. I don't mind Neville's commentary in that, but I mean, whatever. I'm not a Man United fan. I was made up for Tottenham the other day, but only because of they did not won a trophy since the 80s.
What?
Um, Tottenham,
Tottenham won League Cup in '90s, didn't they?
did they? I thought it was 87 or
Sure, they
88,
won
but
some in '90s.
yeah, did they?
Or
The
yeah,
tinfoil,
yeah.
the tinfoil tin man or something. Anyway,
Well, the
but
League Cup. League Cup's classed as a major. Liverpool have got 10 of them.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The Caribou.
Eh?
Carabao or Carabao.
It's League Cup, innit? All that other
Yeah,
stuff,
League Cup,
sponsorship, innit?
Milk Cup, wasn't it? Milk was that big in
Liverpool won
the
four on
80s.
trot in eighties, didn't they?
Yeah,
Milk Cup.
yeah, 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 definitely. But and also Carragher let me down when he hit the fucking bar. I had him to score in his last ever game for Liverpool. Do you remember that from like the halfway line and he
You
fucking
can count the
half
amount
volleyed
of
it?
goals Jamie Carragher and Gary
Well, he
Neville
scored a
scored in
couple
their
of
career on
yeah,
both hands, can't you?
well,
Aye.
one hand. But
And with that,
I tell you what though, mate, he was some fucking player, like as in with fucking he could tackle. Give him fucking that. But I'd like to find out if he could punch though.
yeah.
We'll see.
Okay.
But anyway,
Okay.
let's move on.
Right.
Go on.
Go on then. I'll let you be host then. Go on, answer questions. Go on, carry on.
Where do you
Go
get
on,
your
then.
teeth? Some of
Go
the lovely.
on. Go on. So start with boxing. Everybody thinks it's easy. Come on, you host it.
I don't think it's easy. Not at all. Not at
Right
all. Don't
then.
be so smug.
Right then. Boxing tonight that's on. What do you
Gosh.
think about the show that's on tonight, the Josh Taylor show?
Well, I've heard from other people, and I mean, I don't recognise a lot of the names on it, but I mean, I, I like I like the idea of Josh Taylor getting back in the ring. I do like him because the other fella, that Catchall, he put a glass eye to sleep. I'm not a fan of his.
Okay.
So yeah, quite. I'm looking forward to that. But undercards, a lot of the time, I don't know half of the people on them. I won't lie, confess, and say I've looked them up and all this. But if they're good fights, I'll enjoy it. So on
Do
the
you want me to
zone, is
read?
it?
Do you want me to read them out to you? What's on tonight and ask you what you think? Is that all right?
You can, but I'll let you know the top fellow, won't I? Josh.
Okay. Right.
I thought this was the football channel, seeing
No,
as
it's
you
boxing.
seem to
This
know so much about football.
boxing. I know about both sports, don't I? This is
I
boxing
know.
we're talking now.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
spoke
of
football.
course.
Right. I'll read them out to you then. Is that all right with you?
Is that all right? Yeah, I've got a cat called R. Henry.
Right. Well, I've sent you them anyway. I've sent you a screenshot, but the pick of them obviously is Josh Taylor against Echo Sussman. I call him Echo and the Bunnyman. Josh Taylor,
Echo Arena.
yeah, he
Yeah,
should come through that one tonight.
yeah.
Do you think he's on slide now, Taylor, and he's been too inactive? Gareth, what do you think?
He's been over the year, hasn't it? I know that, but he's not going to be weight drained, is he? So I think he'd be a bit stronger. And he's a class act, isn't he?
Yeah.
Class act. So obviously, I do recognise there's some fella called Moses. I recognise him. He's a third one down, isn't he? So
Moses Atoma.
yeah, let's see what he's like if he gets hit on the chin. But I like him. I like him. He could be a bit of a throwback, but you know, everyone thinks
Well,
they're hard until they get punched on the chin. To be honest, I might fucking end up flying backwards doing somersaults like he was the lad that Chisora fought the other week, turned into a fucking acrobat, a fucking Swede. What was his name? You know
so
what I
we're going to
mean?
go through these fights here then, or what we're doing here?
I thought we were just having a chat. Go on then.
Right, give me your opinion on these fights tonight.
Okay.
Nathaniel Collins against Lee McGregor. Who you got? I've got Collins.
Well, I'll say McGregor
All right.
then.
Alois Youmbi against David Jameson.
Well, I do like a tipple of the Al whiskey, so I'll say David Jameson.
Well, I'm going to go for the other guy. We
Yeah,
spoke about Josh Taylor, Echo
yeah.
Suzman.
He,
Moses.
just Josh Taylor will win.
Right, okay. Moses Atome against Mike Balagun. Now, Moses Atome,
Mike Baldwin.
eh?
Mike Baldwin was in the young Connor. It's these glasses. Go on.
Right. Well, I think that guy's ex-college footballer, isn't he, or NFL guy who Moses Atome's in with.
Right,
Moses
okay.
Atome, go on.
No, no, I just
Oh, right. Moses Atome could quite easily be another Michael Grant. Do you agree? You know, where a lot of hype around him, a bit like Herbie Hyde, although they fluked to WBO with Herbie, didn't they? Point I
yeah.
want to make is this: he's not been hit yet. There's a lot of hype around him. I want to see him in with
Mm-hmm.
somebody, not like a fat Martin Bacoli. I'd like to
Mm-hmm.
see him in with somebody a bit more, somebody just as seasoned and somebody in the top 15. You know, a top 15 guy, not this guy they're fighting here who nobody's ever heard of in boxing. I've not even heard of him myself, to be honest. So, and I think they're just wrapping him up in cotton wool and hyping him up. I don't know, but there's no rush. He's only 20, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah, he's only a young lad, so big lad as well. So
Yeah.
I mean, we'll never know, will we? But we'll never know until he gets, to, as you say, till he's in a real fight. Real,
Okay. Aston Brown against Reese Porter.
fuck knows.
Well, I'm going to go for Aston Brown. Then we've got Luke McCormack against Samir
Yeah,
Fuentes. Now, what we've got here is the guys on the right going down here, all ranked over a 1,000. One's ranked 1,800, and it's
see that.
absolute garbage. So we're going to write
Yeah.
the rest of the show off, and we'll talk about something a bit more important. Who's the
Was,
white rhino going to fight next? Because Brick Top, this what you're serving up tonight is absolute garbage.
did I just say the one that I've noticed there who's unranked? Alex Arthur. Is that his son? Is it?
I'm assuming it is. He's a super middleweight and he hasn't had a fight yet, so he
Yeah.
doesn't have a ranking, is he?
No. So that'd be
I
quite.
think one of them is it
I'd
Willie
like to watch
Lemon's
that.
lad? Hey,
I'd like to watch that.
would you?
Yeah, yeah. Just to have a. I'll try and watch them all. I'll get a bit of knowledge.
Yeah. Okay.
Go on,
Okay.
mate. White Rhino.
White Rhino. Who we got next now from now? They're talking Dylan White, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. This is from Super Bean, obviously, who gets super excited about anything like that. But are people losing their minds here because he's knocked out a guy who's area level? And are
Mm.
people losing their shit a little bit over all this?
Yeah, because when I was a kid, I used to see me nan on the allotment pull fucking carrots out the ground with more aggression than half of these. Honest to God, being serious. So people are they just they make me laugh.
Hmm.
But I don't watch Frank Warren. When he speaks, I just turn off.
Well, that show
Can't
in
do it.
Scotland tonight, 12
Yeah,
fights in it. He's absolute pony.
yeah,
Absolute pony. But I'm interested to see how Alex Arthur does. But
yeah.
the show is absolute pony, and I mean
It's just
pony.
padded, isn't it? It's just a big padded
I
show.
mean,
But
this is the scraping the barrel now, and it's not their fault because people are holding the kids back now, hoping to get to Saudi. But that Saudi thing looks to me like it's died a death at the moment. That's how it looks to me from outside looking in. It looks
yeah.
like he's figured them all out, this Turkey, and let's see where we're at with it. But I'm not hearing any big noises about Saudi at the moment. So the
You
bubble
don't see it. Well, I
could
think they
burst.
like the boxing and they wanted it live over there because they haven't got any boxers. Because they've all only got like one hand. All have their hands chopped off, haven't they? Fucking Saudi.
So it is what it is. But what did you think to Conor Ben and Eubank
Um,
fight, Gareth?
very limited, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed it immensely. Really
Yeah.
looking, I was looking forward to it. I wasn't looking forward to because of the politics, all that bluster. I can't stand Eddie Hearn. Think he's a DIC. Um, but again, they just boiled Eubank down. I mean, I've always been a Eubank fan. I actually seen senior and junior. Always like Nigel Benn as well. Conor Ben. I've not made my mind up about him, but yeah, the drugs thing is obviously another story. But with Eubank, yeah, I went to see the first Liam Smith fight, and the shit he got was just fucking unbelievable. You know,
Mm.
from the crowd, and that it was just like I couldn't stand it. I'm respectful kind of guy, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I just kept my mouth shut and just you know. But I enjoyed it. I don't want to see it again now. I don't want to
Yeah.
see it again.
Okay.
Definitely don't want to see it again. These catch weight kind of these rehydration clauses not very good, not healthy for fighters, and that it should be about the fighter's health, not about wealth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Health. Your health is your wealth, isn't it?
Yeah, okay then. I'm just going to throw some questions at you and I want you to give me an answer to each question. Not a 5 minute answer, just a 10-second answer, yeah? Is that all right? And
Well,
we can
about
get,
five.
we'll get...
Could be a 5 second answer or less.
Well, I want to
Go
get...
on.
Right, can Dylan White win a world title?
By email.
You're nicking my one-liners, Gareth. Will David Price, the big truck, come back?
I'd love him to, because being a plumber like myself, I think he's a fucking great lad. And I think he was cheated out of his career by two
Drug
drug
cheat.
cheats, Povetkin and Tony Thompson. And, obviously he'd have beaten Fury as well. So I think he was completely cheated. And yeah, I
I
wouldn't
don't
want to get
mind
in the
David
ring.
Price, to be honest. I don't
Yeah,
mind him. He comes across as a nice kid, doesn't he?
yeah, and he's a fucking brilliant boxer as well. I thought he was fucking great. So I would love to see him come back. That would be a bit of a Cinderella story.
I'd like to see him because he's got a good plumbing business, hasn't he? But I'd like to see him as a trainer because I think he talks a lot of sense, to be honest.
He does talk a lot of sense. Yeah, he does.
I think he's a
And
very
I like
good
listening to
pundit.
him. Yeah, yeah, I like listening to him.
Okay. Anthony Joshua, can he win a world title again, Gareth?
Uh, possibly, possibly. Do you want to see him win one? No.
All right. Okay.
No.
Wilder, would you like to see him in with Dave Allen?
I'd love to see Wilder back in the rings, throwing them fucking big right hands, mauling people. As limited as he was, he used to. I still watch his highlights now.
Okay.
Oh God, there's
Who's the
knockouts.
best boxer in the UK at the moment?
Nick Ball.
Well, he's the only world champion we've got that's genuine because
Yeah,
Dubois
Nick
got his
Ball.
belt, didn't he, by email?
Yeah, yeah,
All
Nick
right.
Ball definitely underrated. Nice lad as well. Not that I know him, but yeah, go on.
Okay. Who do you think's best promoter in the country, Bricktop or Eddie Hills? Hills.
Neither,
Neither.
neither.
Who are you going to say, Adrian Mole?
Yeah.
Will Johnny Horsecock step over Adrian Mole to get to the big seat at Sky?
Okay, now what with his three legs? It could do. Yeah, it could do possibly. Will Flex ever train anyone again? Well, that's the same kind of
Who
question,
wants
isn't
to go to Flex? You can't put your drink down in Flexes, Jim, can you?
it?
No. It's a bit like in my local back in the day when everybody were popping their Mitsubishis. You were going with your drink
Minesweeper.
like that. Well, I was like, spike me. But it is what it is.
Yeah. But yeah,
So,
I like the Sky format. I do like the Sky format. I mean, I'm not so impressed with the boxer, but is what you just sent me tonight's schedule any
yes,
better?
that's tonight's schedule, yeah.
Yeah,
Tonight.
is that any better than fucking boxer? I
They're all
mean,
same. It's
well,
scraping
yeah,
barrel now, isn't it, really? You could put a decent card on it for top two fights, headline and chief support, but after that, it's found
yeah,
wanting. And this is why these people won't leave the sport. They're all fighting now on fresh air, basically. You know, your Chisoras, your Bacolas, Joshua Furies, and they're all been knocked about, haven't they? Right?
yeah,
A lot of them need to get gone out of the sport and let the next generation come through, in my opinion. I mean, Derek Chisora's 42 in this year. Do
yeah.
you know what I mean? He shouldn't be in the sport anymore. You know,
Thing
even if it
is, he
hurts.
looks like an old man, and I mean, so do we in a way. Do
Dave
you know what I mean?
Allen's
But like, we're
33.
so
He
much
can't string a
older.
sentence together, can he, Dave Allen? The white wino. He can't string a
He's
sentence.
probably
He's
like
been
he
knocked
was probably
about.
like that in infant school, and so
Well,
probably.
there you go. But I'm
But I
glad
like
he's
Dave.
not
I like
suffering.
Dave Allen.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
all
he's
right,
good.
any Dave. He's
Yeah,
one of
if
your
he
own,
could,
isn't
like me, if he could fucking sort out his fucking diet and his
he? We were saying that
commitment to
10
that,
years
I
ago,
think
though,
he'd be
weren't we,
better.
when he was
I know,
Dennis?
but I was saying it about myself.
Uh,
Just you know,
all
we
right, then, Gareth. Thanks for coming on. It's
spot
been
on.
an interesting debut, and I hope you're
Yeah,
well.
thank you.
Where you
I'm
got planned
very
to
well,
rest?
mate. What's that, mate?
What you got planned? Right, I'm going to get off, Gareth. You have a good
Go on,
weekend.
mate. Thank
Cheers,
you. You
mate.
too. Take care of yourself. Cheers, mate.
Thank you. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. That was Gareth from Liverpool. Women love him, men want to strangle him. Go on, peace out.